Hi, I'm Nicole,
And I'm Angel.
and we're going to talk about the Filipino humor.
Filipinos love jokes. They love hearing them while watching a television program or listening to the radio, and mostly when they're the ones delivering the punchlines themselves.
Filipinos pride themselves in their unique sense of humor, which is not limited to cracking jokes to each other, but also in always seeing hope in the midst of difficulties.
Truth be told, the Philippines is never in short of any problems. There are no natural disasters, poverty, poor educational system, corruption, and the list goes on.
Filipinos often find themselves laughing at any point in time of each day. This is their bizarre yet astonishing way of coping with life's adversities. Their sense of humor becomes their source of strength in times like this.
This kind of optimism is rooted in the Filipinos' relentless faith. They believe that everything happens for a reason and God wouldn't give them any problem they can't handle.
But the downside to this kind of humor is that sometimes they fail to address their real problems directly.
In this platform, together with the help of Alison, Diane, and Donna, will discover how Filipino authors like Carlos Bulosan, Les Pasasa, and Alejandro Roses incorporated Filipino humor in their selections.
Filipinos' humorous side is very evident in their television shows, radio segments, local songs, movies, and written works. To prove this point, let us explore in more detail Carlos Bulosan's My Father Goes to Court. Scenes in the story are presented by using a linear structure or chronological order. It is set in a small barrio in the Philippines. The speaker of the story begins in describing the family and its current status as one of poverty, but never of misfortune.
Despite being poor, the children find simple joys in the most ordinary of activities like playing and dancing in the sun. With the optimistic way of the family in assessing their condition, it is without doubt that the children grew strong and healthy. On the contrary, their well-off neighbor and his children, who often spend time inside their house, grew sickly and thin. For this reason, the poor family is accused of stealing the spirit of the wealthy man's food by merely inhaling its aroma. During the trial, the father of the narrator starts to collect coins using a hat and shakes it afterward. He suggests that the jingling sound of the coins should be an enough payment for the rich man's absurd accusations against his family.
The entire story revolves mainly around the poor father and the rich man. Other notable characters include both of their families, the judge, the lawyer, the servants, and the policeman. The narrator's father is remarkable for his courage and personal conviction. We can also assume that he is a sociable and buoyant man, which is apparent in the way his family allows themselves to enjoy in the face of hunger. The rich man is exactly his opposite. He is identified to be cold and arrogant, proved by his condescending look at the poor family and his accusations against them. He is aloof, staying in his house most of the time.
The story ends with the rich man losing the case and taking home with him the spirit of the money as the only payment from the poor father. The poor family, the judge, and the rest of the crowd begin to laugh a moment after.
But how is the team Filipino humor as a tool to survive through tough times further expounded?
By researching Carlos Bulosan's history, we've come to know that he was a writer from humble beginnings. He left for America in hope of finding a more stabilized economic status. But what he faced in Seattle were hostility from the elite and other races. This would become one of the main themes of his works, particularly My Father Goes to Court. The story leans in favor of the poor family over the rich ones. It highlights the idea that money is not everything. Irony is used to justify this. The rich family has a comfortable lifestyle with an abundance of food and other necessities, but lack complete satisfaction.
In what aspect of their life are they not satisfied?
The poor family experience hunger for food, while the rich family experience hunger for happiness and enjoyment, which make them dissatisfied and sick. Nothing is priceless, and happiness is for everyone.
Obviously, the story can never happen in real life. I've heard of magic realism before. You think
The story has some touches of it. The story makes use of magic realism. It incorporates fantastic or mythical elements into otherwise realistic fiction.
what do you mean by suspension of
Suspension of disbelief, according to Coleridge, means the author of a fictitious work makes use of elements that do not necessarily make his work realistic, only believable and internally consistent to its readers.
Why is it significant in reading the story of My Father Goes to Court?
In Bulosan's My Father Goes to Court, this idea is used to put the somewhat impossible scenes in the story in the context of reality. It allows its readers to relate their own lives to the experiences of the characters.
Audio Jungle.
The theory of evolution raised by Charles Darwin might be one of the few lessons in your biology class that we take in your mind. It is the once controversial supposition that humans evolved from apes. Jessica Sapra, in one of her pieces, believes in a different and opposite story. The stages in the original theory are related backwards, starting from humans as logical and upward beings, going back to humans as uncivilized and basically as animals.
Have a new message.
According to Safra, there are 5 stages of devolution a person undergoes whenever he drinks alcohol. The first of them is the ape stage. Your vision blurs, you become queasy, you start to slouch and do an ape-like shuffle. The second is the reptile stage wherein your feet become dysfunctional. You begin to crawl or slither your way to the other room. You even make hissing noises. When you start to talk loudly and obnoxiously about senseless things, you recently downgraded to the politician stage. In the fourth phase of the devolution, which is the fish stage or semi-sperm stage, stop attempting to crawl and get to swimming on the floor. The final stage and the lowest in the evolutionary ladder is the rock stage. That's consciousness. The next morning, the process of evolution starts again. You ask yourself questions in which you already know the answers, but probably don't remember because of intoxication. Your mouth tastes bad, and your head is being hit by something invisible. You mouth bad things, you're a politician. You crawl toward the bathroom, you're a reptile. You stand on your legs to reach the sink, you're a monkey. You throw up and swear to never drink alcohol again. You make resolutions you know you won't keep. You're human again.
Writers often use humor in their articles or stories, mainly to entertain their readers. Some of them make use of their sense of humor solely for the sake of having fun and talking about a certain topic in a light and playful manner. At first reading, the theory of devolution might just be another article among the hundreds of others whose primary goal is to entertain the probable readers with its hilarious words and images. On the other hand, Jessica Safra's article also takes the usage of humor in a new fashion, which is to tackle a more serious and thought-provoking subject hidden in the outright use of jokes and puns. The theory of devolution is a clear example of creative non-fiction or true stories well told. It discusses a familiar topic among Filipinos, and that is the issue of alcoholism or alcohol abuse. The writer uses various techniques in presenting the article in a comical way, like listing 5 levels of drunkenness and comparing them to animals. The politician stage, which is quite distinct from the other stages if you notice, is a side blow to the facade of today's government. You'll find yourself being engaged in reading the article and laughing as you go through each paragraph. But the more you continue, you also start realizing that things are getting sensible.
Taking it on the surface, the article is intended to be a joke. Looking deeply, it tells the harmful effects of excessive alcohol drinking and how it degrades our status as rational human beings.
Spaniards greatly influenced our culture, maybe food, clothing, language, or even in architecture. Magsasabang at Aguaytis is one of the many Spanish influences in the coastal line. It will be noticed that since enough was quite clear that in the province, cockfights are held whenever people feel like it. Those people that one of Alejandro Rosas
Look at that rooster fight. If I had a rooster like that, I could get rich in the cockpits.
Let's go catch it.
No, you stay here. I'll go catch it.
Why? It is hen.
What is the matter with you? Is the heat making you sick?
No, look at its face. It has no combs or wattles.
Who cares about its combs and wattles? Didn't you see it fight?
Sure, I saw it fight, but it's still a hen.
Did you ever see a hen with spurs on its legs? Or a hen with a tail like this?
I don't care. I tell you, it is a hen.
Rooster!
Hen!
Rooster!
Hen!
Now, how many times must father tell you boys not to argue? What is the argument this time? That chicken is a binabae. It's a rooster that looks like a hen. It's a hen. Have you been drinking again? No. What makes you say that it's a hen? Have you ever seen a hen with feathers like that?
Listen, I have handled fighting cocks since I was a boy. You cannot tell me that thing is a rooster.
I know who can settle this question.
Who?
The Teniente del Barrio. Is this a male or a female chicken?
That is a question that should concern only another chicken.
Please give us an answer. Just say yes or no. Is this a rooster?
No, that could not be a chicken. It must be a bird of some other kind.
Well, what shall we do now?
Let's go to town and see Mr. Cruz. He would know. Mr. Cruz, is this a hen or a rooster?
I don't know. I couldn't tell in one look.
Well, is there any way you can tell?
Why sure, look at the feathers on its back. If the feathers are round, then it's a hen. If they're pointed, it's a rooster. Very peculiar.
Is there any other way you can tell?
I could kill it and examine its insides.
No! I don't want it killed. I have an idea.
What is it?
Let's make it fight in a cockpit. If it wins, you'll have to agree that this is a rooster.
I will believe anything if it wins.
Alright, we'll take it to the cockpit this Sunday. Do you believe that it is a rooster now?
Yes!
My Brother's Peculiar Chicken has this intriguing question of whether the peculiar chicken is a rooster or a hen. It arouses the curiosity of Kiko to his chicken because of its uncanny appearance, which then leads to an argument with his brother. The story will also arouse the curiosity of the readers about the peculiar chicken because of the way the author describes the chicken. Towards the end of the story, it will seem that Kiko's peculiar chicken is a rooster, but it unexpectedly lay an egg that will give an idea for the readers that his peculiar chicken is a hen. There's something mysterious about the peculiar chicken when Kiko and his brother brought the peculiar chicken to the cockpit. It had a fight with the red Texan rooster. The Texan rooster is a killer. As described by the people, it has killed more than a virus. A strange thing happened in the match. The red rooster did the love dance with the peculiar chicken, meaning the Texan rooster fell in love with the peculiar chicken, but the peculiar chicken killed the Texan rooster. In that instance, we can say that the peculiar chicken is a hen, because the notorious rooster in the cockpit fell in love with the peculiar chicken and make a love dance. But the peculiar chicken beat the Texan rooster in the match that could lead to the idea that this peculiar chicken is a rooster, not a hen. The story teaches that we must not judge anything or someone only by its covering or physical appearance. Even though something is not totally looking good, it doesn't necessarily mean that it is bad. Many of us has this human nature of judging someone based on his or her physical appearance, and we can't deny it. If we meet someone for the first time, we quickly look at the face and the choice of clothing. If he or she doesn't have a pleasing physical appearance, we suddenly have this bad impression, and sometimes we even tend to become suspicious.